Hello, it's Austin from Aces of Average. On this episode, we will be climbing the Grand Teton and visiting Yellowstone. I'm editing this video about a year after we filmed it, so hopefully I don't forget any details. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so it is 6 days until we leave for the Grand Teton. I'm just doing some packing, and I just wanted to take you through some of the things we did to help prepare ourselves for the trip. So I just wanted to go over this because these videos really are a form of memory for us. We like to make these videos instead of scrapbooks for our trips. And so one of the ways to remember all the work that we went into this is talking about some of the preparation we did. We did cost analysis. We had to-do lists, climbing gear lists, group expenses, all that kind of stuff in these checklists, itineraries, little custom printed guidebooks that we had everything. Of course, we had our personal checklists for everything. Many I remember all these different PowerPoints we made of these meetings proposing different ideas for trips and itineraries and et cetera, picking different routes. So much work was done just to decide where to go, what routes to do, and how to plan these trips. So I always like to remember that and just recall all the work that went into these adventures. So something else I think is important to note is that, we are also practicing on our own time. You can see my little hangboard and anchor set up here, so I can practice some more niche anchor builds that I don't use very often in certain knots. So all of the members of the team are practicing these things, so that way when we get together and practice the day before, we're not gonna be super slow on the mountain, and it should go a lot smoother.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
All right, here comes the Uber, ready to go. So my flight out to the Grand Tetons is pretty uneventful. Meanwhile, Colin and Brandon and Alex were all meeting up on their respective journeys.
All right, we met up with the boy, Brandon. Allison dropped us off. We're headed to All Gates. Started the trip. There we go. Starting in Nashville.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, we made it to Salt Lake.
We got one more bro.
Added the bro, Alex. Added a little bit of mountain range. Getting us ready for our trip.
I got in this super dark shuttle by myself to go to the rental car, and this guy just started talking about his coworkers. That was funny.
Because in the winter they reduced their schedule to 11 p.m., which was weird.
Well, our hotel did not leave us a key when it was supposed to, so we don't have a room or anywhere to stay. Thankfully, right next door we just found like an overflow camping area, and we're just gonna camp here because I think it's under the same owners. And
The Hatchet.
Yeah, the Hatchet Campground. We'll see.
Hatchet Resort.
We'll see if they make it right tomorrow, but it's a little frustrating.
I kind of feel like this video is gonna get blacklisted on YouTube.
So instead, we are tent camping right beside it.
Glory of the Lord.
Yeah, honestly, very thankful the Lord provided a spot to camp right beside it, right by a babbling brook, which you can't see.
Hey, we might catch some breakfast.
Hello, it's Future Austin again. I wanted to recall a detail that I didn't have a video of, but when we showed up this Babbling Brook campground...
The Babbling Brook campground.
Okay, it was actually called the Hatchet Campground, right beside the Hatchet Resort. There are all these mayflies everywhere. And we're like, oh wow, this must be a good fishing spot. They're everywhere. I've never seen so many mayflies. Turns out they were just mosquitoes, and we were literally letting them eat us alive.
Why, it's a whole flock. They like me.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So last night we thought they didn't leave a key out for us at the Hatchet Resort. We were thinking about.
We were right about
We thought about honking and waking people up. Turns out we didn't. We didn't reserve.
We have arisen on our first day of the Tetons trip. We're in the car. We had a good night's sleep. Brandon, what do you think?
Pretty great reveal. It was dark when we came in, so
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Alex, you've been here before, but what are you thinking?
It doesn't get old. It's still beautiful.
Yes. Austin, I know I can't see your face. What you thinking?
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Whoa, the sun's hit the tip of the boy.
I'm also very excited. It's pretty insane. We're gonna go get some breakfast. It's gonna be great. Are you videoing?
I ordered a cinnamon roll, but I got a cinnamon mountain. Thank you, Lord, for this food. You said 1 egg.
So since we weren't hiring a guide, we really wanted to take this first day to enjoy the scenery and then sit down together, practice working as a rope team, and go over how we're going to attack some of the more technical bits of the climb and then memorize this guidebook really well.
What do we say? What do we for a picture? But they have an outfit.
Yes, I would. I didn't get a chance to drill him. We are practicing climbing. Alex is behind the camera. He's doing a great job. This has been a very good day to prep us for the top section of the Owen Spalding group on Grand Teton. That's not the Grand Teton. It's over there.
That's my yacht.
That's not what that is either.
What's it called?
It's Marin.
Yeah. I guess if I can't see you, I'll just have to work on it.
The bros are practicing walking as a rope team.
All right, good morning everyone. It is currently 5:14 a.m. We are on the way to the Jenny Lake Ranger Station to get our camping permit. Brandon is already in a bad mood. Austin laid the most atomic dump ever. It's a 4-day-old poop. Yeah, it was radioactive. Good thing we left and just left the keys in the box. But yeah, so the ranger station opens at 8 a.m. So we're hoping we're the first people there because there was about half the spots at the lower saddle remaining. But if there's no spots at the lower saddle, our plan is to, I guess, just to hit the moraines, and just go from there, which is, it's about a mile back and a few thousand feet lower, so it's just one. Sorry.
But it also requires a
Bear canister. I should scratch himself, I think. All right, it is now, what time is it?
8:51 a.m.
It's 8:51, so we've been here for dadgum 4 hours. But we did get the permit to camp at the Lower Saddle, which is up there, back that way. So we're pretty pumped. How are we feeling, fellas?
Great. That was the best ranger experience I've ever had.
They were awesome.
So yesterday they gave us a ton of information about the mountain and very knowledgeable about the climbing areas and stuff here. Didn't discourage us from climbing. And they gave us free wag bags for where we were going because we needed that. And then they also will give you a bear canister if you need it, which we have. There's a bear box up there we can use apparently.
Very friendly.
Very friendly.
Awesome. Teton Rangers, man.
Yeah, best ranger experience ever.
You heard it here first. All right, ascent day is tomorrow. We're finishing up packing. Brandon and Austin have been showing me the rock climbing ropes to keep me safe. So they're unfortunately a little bit behind on packing.
And
that
we were brushing up.
and
It wasn't just my boy.
okay, it was mainly my fault. But we're gonna start our ascent tomorrow. We'll camp at the Lower Saddle, and then we'll get the whole thing on. Try to get to summit if we can. Hopefully the weather holds out for us, and then we'll be all right. All right, see you in the morning. All right, it is 5:12 a.m. Good morning. We are up and at 'em, getting ready. Austin's taking a massive poop. We're about to get on the trail at Lupine Meadows. See you then. All right, we're on the way. We are officially in the car. Gonna get on Lupine Meadows in about T-minus 27 minutes, if I had to guess. Austin, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I don't think any of us got really good sleep last night, but that's how it goes.
Brandon, how you feeling?
Yeah.
All right. Alex, how you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's not working right much. You need anything good, or do you need?
All right. We're getting started. We're at the Lupine Meadows trailhead. Excuse me, I can't speak. About to get started. Brandon readjusted his pack.
Yeah, Brandon, come on it.
Marmot. What do you think, Brandon?
All right, we have stopped for our mid-morning snack. We're about 3 miles on trail. We're having a good time. We're all feeling pretty good. Right, Brandon? Feeling pretty good. Alex is feeling good. Sponsored by
Energy Juice. This video is brought to you by.
All right, Austin, how you feeling down there, buddy? Austin's feeling really great. Austin's actually been kind of running away from us a couple of times. We've had to slow him down. But it's fair because we've been getting skunked by a lot of the day hikers, but we're trying to save ourselves for all this stuff. Back to you in a flash.
Come on, Brando. I want to see your face when you see the big reveal of the face. one of these rock faces.
We love this section.
Yeah, this section's actually beautiful.
It's downhill too.
Yeah, it does help that.
Yeah, but I mean, because of the trees.
Look at them. Look at the rock face, Brando.
And then,
Dude! Whoa! Holy moly!
That's big. Video can't even really show it, but that's a big face.
That's awesome!
hold up. You want to got another shot?
You go. You grow on the side. Yeah.
Well, we keep stopping because the mountain is just too beautiful not to enjoy right here. We're all kind of filling up some water and some glacial melt. Absolutely beautiful. Well, you can't see it now, but that's the middle. And I think up towards the saddles around the corner of this peak. We got a good ways to go still. But yeah, having a great time. Feeling great too, all of us are. First patch of snow that we've just gotten to. We'll get to some more way up there. But, it's coming down, getting the snow. Pretty sweet. And I'll see if I can get a good pan here. Beautiful. Can't quite see the falls. You can kind of see it straight ahead right there above my left trekking pole. Probably see it closer in a minute. At the meadows. It's amazing that all this ecosystem is so high up in elevation. There's Alex. Actually, I think we're all feeling really good right now. It's surprising, to be honest, considering the altitude change. A little better view of the falls. You got some people up there for scale. Maybe I'll zoom in on them in post. I think that is the upper saddle, but it's a false summit. It goes further back. And then maybe that's on the way up to the upper saddle, and we've cut across out of sight here behind this big head wall, and the Grand is actually behind the head wall there. I'm thinking, I don't know that for sure.
Water break. Everybody say hey for the water break.
Well, we are getting our butts handed to us. Going up this really steep bit right there. But it should mellow out a little bit as we head after we get over this little ridge, I think. Then we'll have a head wall, which we'll have to climb ropes up for. Well, we're actually deciding to turn around just before the head wall. Have some complications. I had a blood sugar issue, which I recovered from, it's fine, but then we're also just getting pretty worn out and getting late. So I just wanted to make a video to elaborate on why we had to turn around. Okay, so we were just about to get to the head wall there, which is the most technical section on the lower half of the mountain before where we would camp at, but the lower saddle. And my blood sugar, sat down, take a break, we're all feeling good, and all of a sudden I felt really sick, like very sick. And so I sat down, I thought, man, maybe it's the altitude, but been at high altitude before, didn't really get this. And I realized, like, man, I think it's my blood sugar. I've struggled with blood sugar issues before, not on the mountain, but just in general, in work and stuff. And so I ate a bunch of the last bit of my sugary food that I had, and it got up, and I felt great. But I did also know that I probably would need something more sustainable than just sugar. So I was eating and stuff, but I really have already eaten all of my day one food and a little bit of day two. I guess I just really underestimated how many calories I'd be burning. I still don't really know why my blood sugar plummeted so hard, but we decided because of that and because of some clouds rolling in and some other issues, it'd probably be safer to get a lower campground or lower campsite that day. And if we were feeling super fresh, we could still attempt summit in the morning. So we did exactly that. We went down the mountain to the moraines, and we actually took someone else's campground, but they wanted to camp higher up. And so, like, the Lord's providence, we just happened to be passing them as we were setting up camp. They passed us and said, hey, we'd love to swap with you guys, because they really ultimately wanted a campsite at the saddle. So they went on up. And similarly, or something else that happened there in that interaction is that we explained the situation with my blood sugar and why we thought we should probably go down and not attempt a more technical section when I wasn't feeling super great. We were also out of food, and we needed a lighter to be able to light our stove. We could not get any of our stoves to light. It was very odd. We had piezoelectric lighters, or little sparkers. We also had flint and steel. Still could not get these things to light for nothing. And so, by the grace of God, this lady happened to say, she said, this morning I felt like I should have put that extra lighter in my right pocket, and so I did. So she had an extra lighters in her pants pocket, which, if you know anything about saving ounces and saving weight on big climbs, like, that's very odd. And so it was just really awesome that the Lord provided that. So they gave us a lighter, we gave them our upper campsite, so we were able to get some actual protein, cooked food, some good protein, and I ended up feeling better that night. But then a storm rolled in, and that was another thing. I was kind of glad we were in the valley there in the moraines, but yeah, the big storm rolled in, so we got to kind of see all of that. It was wild.
The valley's covered up now. Pretty crazy conditions right now.
Intense.
It is intense. We're all intense. Your head's just sticking out. But wow, I sure did.
Yes!
But hopefully it'll start striking the tops of the mountains and not us. But thankfully we're not on top of the ridge. So many. Yeah.
In between a valley.
Yeah, so many things the Lord has done. Awesome things for us today, just to keep us safe. And this is one of those that we actually didn't go up to the top, where lightning would be way more active. So.
Oh, I see a marmot scoring on a rock way down there. Go, little buddy. Take cover.
Brandon watching the sunrise. Waking up to a beautiful sunrise.
Let all the redeemed of the Lord say so.
Well, before we head down the mountain, we're just taking a look at this glacier, or I guess it's snow melt from the glacier up there, but pretty sweet. Look at that video when it looks, when I get closer, it looks way more pretty. You can see the actual pristine waters. All right.
Domesticated flowers.
steam is warm.
We're huddled around it, guys. We're trying to stay warm. Feels good on the legs.
Lovely.
Darn. I promise they did care a second ago.
Just walking. It's raining. Nice and cool. Hello.
Hey, Chief.
Look at where it's misting. It mists on the side of the hill and then makes waterfalls because of the mist. It's actually insane.
I can't see anything.
This is awesome.
I see what you're saying, Alex. They're so up there.
Swag, thank you, sir. Very big.
I think there is. Yeah, I would zip line over there.
Dude.
What?
they're black. I thought they were white.
Hello, it's Austin further in the future, and I'm no longer in a hotel. But this next section was just some of our favorite. I think honestly one of my favorite experiences I've ever had in the outdoors. So we went to church while we were out here, and a lovely couple from the church invited us to stay at their place, so we did. What a just testament to the connectivity and just the community that Christ provides. But they also told us of some secret places to go. But this was a hot springs, close to like a pretty commercial hot springs. But if you cross over a freezing cold river, you can get to this natural hot springs, and there's not very many people over there. But yeah, that couple was just awesome. The guy actually had lost his job, basically refusing to do something that was contrary to God's word, and just faithful believers. They just had some really awesome stories, and so I just wanted to add this info in here so we didn't forget.
Well, like, I would be now I
Alex, a year and a half later, how do you feel about this trip?
The trip to the Tetons with my brothers was the greatest road trip of our lifetimes yet. The Lord could always bless us with another great trip, but it was wonderful and glorious and majestic, and we got to behold the beauty of God's creation and enjoy fellowship with one another. So it's awesome.
Amen.
Freaking waterfall, hot springs, solo, just the four of us. It was awesome. It was probably actually I don't say probably, like if I have to push him to shove and I have to pick it, I think it's my #1 favorite memory of my entire lifetime. Like, awesome experience. Like, there's a waterfall. If anyone knows me, I love water. My biggest hobby is whitewater kayaking. So it's a big waterfall, like 30-footer. You have to cross this good-sized river to get there. Hopefully I have footage of this. Actually, we don't have much. Maybe we can put, we only had a couple photos of it because we didn't want to get our phones wet and stuff. But to cross this river to get there, and then on the side of the mountain, like not part of the actual creek bed or flow of that creek, was like just this hot spring pouring off the side, and people had made a little pool. And we were there with all the guys, getting to just relax and realize like it's not just about like reaching your mountain objective. Like, it's about the fellowship and like enjoying creation from the Creator, praising God. We sung a doxology. I think we randomly saw a hummingbird like fly past and like get out a flower right above us. We were the only ones there for like 45 minutes. It was a little chilly. Like, we had to kind of like get really cold in the river to get to the hot springs. It was awesome. Also, hopefully someone else mentions this, but the only reason we found that spot because we went to church the day before and met with a local couple was talking to us, and they invited us to stay with them. It's like awesome Christian hospitality, and like they literally just let us crash at their house, like, and they just met us at church. But while we were there, they gave us the insider local information about how to get to this hot springs. It wouldn't be crowded, and it's like just a natural one. And yeah, it's a pretty awesome experience with Christian hospitality, and like getting to experience that family, that young couple, let us stay with them for free. And she cooked us a meal, and then gave us this awesome secret hot spring spot. I got to enjoy with my boys, my bros, and yeah, I mean, we were just taking it all in, and just like, I mean, everything was there in that moment. Like, natural wonder of the glory of the Lord, fellowship, the glory of brothers who love Jesus. The hot springs felt pretty good. It was awesome. It was awesome.
What's up, guys? I'm so thankful that I get a chance to talk about and reflect on our Tetons trip, because when I think about it, it just brings so many mixed emotions, both good and bad, both hard and happy. It just brings a lot of stuff with it, and it was a great trip, and I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of it. And I think there are a few memories that just mean so much to me that I'm so happy to share about. Two of those being just the brotherhood with me and my fellow brothers on this trip that we got to spend, both at the campfire after our descent and at the hot springs. I'm just so thankful that we spent that time together to love and grow and talk about the hard things, the good things, because you know, as life goes on, we all have our things, we all have our families, we all have, you know, our significant others. We have so much going on that we don't get to spend as much time as we used to together. So I was just really thankful for that time to be with some of the people that I care about most on this earth. And I think finally the specific memory that was the culmination of a lot of different things was the day that we were waiting for our camping pass, our camping permit. We had to wait in line all morning until they opened. And while we were waiting, there were obviously other people waiting there. And we got to talking, we got to asking people, you know, what they were gonna do, what hike they were gonna do, where they were going, where they were from, all these things. And we met people from all walks of life. And I got the chance to sit with this couple and who were very, very different from us, both geographically and in mindset. And when we talked with them, as we began to get to know them more and more, I got a chance to, by the grace of God, share the gospel with them. And I thank the Lord every day for how he, in those moments, takes me away and gives me the words to say, because I know that it would be just a blunder if it was me, because I can barely get through this video. And you know, I was able to share a little bit of my personal testimony about how good God has been in my life, and how even though in life when we face deep sorrow and deep potential sorrow, that Christ is still Lord, and he is still close and near to us. And I'm thankful that I believe in that moment that they had a real encounter with Jesus, and I hope that they went from there and the Lord changed their hearts. I don't know if they did, but I'm thankful that the Lord blessed me with the ability to share the gospel with that couple. But hopefully we can get back out there and actually summit this next time out, and hopefully I won't hold the guys back. But yeah, it's a great trip.
Had buffalo, or bison rather, and some elk visiting our camp today. Big guy. That guy's a bigger rack though.
That way it like crouched down in front of it.